this video, we're going to piggyback off of the mental battle harmony video with the chest piece and putting Vex Mythoclast with it. Now we're on the Titan. The Titan also has an exotic that kind of like complements this weapon. It is called the Path of Burning Steps. All right, so solar final blows periodically grant you an escalating bonus to weapon damage. You're harder to slow or freeze with stasis. When you break out, you take no damage. So the stasis part is more like possibly Crucible. There's not too many ads or freeziness in PvE. But each stack basically goes by, when you get it to ×1, it's 20% extra damage. You get it to ×2, it's 25. And then stacks 3 and 4 are 35%. Another thing to know about is that it stacks with particle deconstruction. It does not stack with high energy fire. But if you have anything like Fonts of Might or anything that's like intrinsically in the game, right? Like, perfect example, if I'm running these boots and I'm running a weapon that has like that solar that has multi-kill clip on it or has rampage, all of that stacks on top of this already 20%, 25% at 2 stacks and 35% at 3 to 4 stacks. All right, so all that actually stacks up on top of it. It does not stack with your sunspots if you're gonna run bottom 3 solar. All right, so right here I'm just gonna show a demonstration. I believe it takes 2 kills to proc one up. So there you go, Firewalker's up. It lasts 10 seconds. And if you get it to the next step, then it goes to ×2, right? So the damage is gonna go up. And then the next 2 gets it to ×3 and then ×4. But there's no difference between ×3 and ×4. But it's kind of nice to have. And just remember, after you get to 4, every kill will basically reset this number up, okay? So it's something that makes Vex very lethal, even in endgame if you wanted to use this. But another thing to kind of pay attention to is there are multiple weapons in this game that are solar, right? Like if you see my heavy, I'm using Corsair's Wrath here, right? You have particle deconstruction set up with this. After you kill, and you get that stacked up, that's another thing that can do more damage, right? You have 1K. I think Troll mentioned Gallahorn is coming back. That's going to be solar, right? You have Whisper of the Worm. That's going to be getting a nice buff soon as well. So having all these like items up is really nice. And the neat thing is you can see that I can stack this up with Vex and then go to my heavy, right? Or you could use like a secondary that's solar, stack it up, and then switch to a different thing. Now, when it comes to like ad clearing, like the 2 best ad clearing weapons right now, like in the energy slot for me, I feel like are Vex and then Tikus, right? Because Tikus, you hit a target, you aim down, it spreads, right? Same thing for Vex. Vex kind of does the same thing. Another neat one that you might have forgot about is Sunshot. Sunshot's another thing, right? Like all these explosive guns are something that are tied into this exotic that you can be using. Especially like if it's not in game, you're going to be crushing ads around you. So I kind of wanted to like make this video to kind of like point out like Path of the Burning Stuff is an exotic you should be looking into because it is really nice, right? Now hear me out here. Solar final blows periodically grant you an escalating bonus to weapon damage. I feel like the next question is going to be like, is it tied up to your subclass? It isn't. I go bubble, I go middle tree, I could go Thunder Crash if I wanted to, right? Like you could go to any subclass, you go to stasis, whatever it is. It's tied to the weapon and like energy, right? So if it's solar, then it'll work. Now for the Warlock, that chest piece is the same thing, but you have to match the subclass, right? So with the Warlock, you're allowed to like, if I wanted to use Telesto, if I go on Void, I can do it, right? If I wanted to run Stasis and I run Aggers, I can do that, right? And that's like a whole entire build that works crazy as hell too. But for this video, like I said, after, you know, the change in December, I would say Mythoclast is still going to be really nice because there are exotic that have complemented very well. All right. And that's basically it for this video. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the like, the subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.